Tacoma, welcome back to TV Teaching. I'm Mrs. Oslin. Today is Monday, October 5th, and things are going to look a little bit different for our TV lessons going forward. We are so lucky that we are going to have another teacher helping me out. So starting today, I will be doing reading and writing, a lesson. We'll have a 5-minute break, and then my friend Mrs. Wally is going to come on and she's going to teach you math. Now, this is how it's going to look for the rest of the school year. And I'm so happy and so excited to be on this journey with you. So let's remember, we need to check in with our zones, always thinking about how we're feeling and using some strategies to help us manage our emotions, especially the really strong ones, before we start thinking about learning. So right now, I want you to think about, what emotion are you feeling? What's happening in your mind and in your body? Are you feeling balanced? Or do you need to use a get back on track strategy? Take some think time. Now, our buddy Gus is here with us, and we're here to remind you that a mindful jar is something that you could use with the help of an adult, of course, to help you if you start to feel off balanced, or if you need help focusing, or if you just have a lot of buzzing going on in your mind or in your body. This is a tool that you can use that can help you calm and balance and get back on track. You'll remember how it works is it's full of oil and water, and oil and water do not mix. So if I take the jar and I kind of shake it up, it'll make bubbles. And then as I stop turning it, the bubbles start to settle. And if I focus my attention on the settling bubbles, it also makes my thoughts start to settle and calm. And as my thoughts start to settle and calm, my body also starts to settle and calm. Now, I feel really focused and ready to learn. I feel on track and in the green zone. So, second graders, we are going to talk about strong reading habits today. And the materials that you're going to need are from your ELA packet. You're going to need, it's called a Kwl Chart. You're going to need a pencil. And of course, you're going to need your learning buddy, and I have Gus here with me today. So while you gather those materials, I'm going to step over to the screen and get the Kwl chart up so that you know what you're looking for. In your ELA packet, this is the Kwl chart that you will need. And then of course, your pencil and your learning buddy. Go ahead and set all those things aside. Because I want to remind you about your phonics professor words that you used in first grade, and we've been using them for a couple weeks now in second grade. And this is the Vowel teams chart that you may have used in first grade. And we're going to use these vowel teams to help us get what I like to say the print off the page. It's going to help us read the words that are in our book today. So we're just going to give you a moment to look at these and review how these vowel teams make different sounds, just like in the picture. So go ahead and think and remind yourself about your vowel teams. Okay. Got your vowel teams fresh in your brain? While we're reading, we're going to be looking for these vowel teams to help us read. This is a graphic organizer called a Kwl chart. And the K and the W and the L stand for different ways of thinking about a text that we're going to read today. This is a good organizer that we can use when we're reading a non-fiction text. So it's a text that we can learn things from. And strong readers, before they even start reading, they think about what is the topic of the book that they're reading. And in the K column is what you think you know about a topic. And I know on the paper it says what I know about a topic, but I want to challenge you to think about it in a way that's what I think I know. Because as readers read and learn new information, it might change what you think you know about something. So we're going to work to think about what we know about the topic of our book. And then we're going to think about, what do we want to know about the topic? What are we curious or wondering about? And we'll add that into the W column. Tomorrow, we'll come back and review, and that's where we're going to add what we learned about a topic, or if there was anything that changed our thinking, that's where we're going to record that. And this is, again, something that strong readers do to help them monitor what they're understanding and what they're thinking about a topic is. We're going to read this book today. It's called Hungry, Hungry Sharks. It's by Joanna Kwl and was illustrated by Patricia Wynn. And I want to give you some think time to think about, what do you think you already know about sharks? And then I want you to get your learning buddy, and I want you to say to your learning buddy, I think I know sharks. Go ahead. Wow, you already know a lot about sharks. You might have said, I think I know sharks have a lot of teeth. Or, I think I know sharks eat people. Yee! Or, I think I know sharks are big. Or, I think I know sharks live in the ocean. Now, I want you to think about, what do you want to know about sharks? What is a wondering that you have? I wonder. Some think time. Now, tell your learning buddy, what is something you're curious or wonder about sharks? I hadn't thought of that. I'm curious about that too. You might have said, I wonder where sharks sleep. I wonder how many kinds of sharks there are. Or, I wonder if any animals hunt sharks. Now, keep all these things in mind as we read Hungry, Hungry Sharks, and think about if we need to change some of our thinking about things that we think we know, or think about if any of our wonderings are answered. Hungry, Hungry Sharks. Millions and millions of years ago, the earth did not look the way it does now. Strange-looking plants grew in swamps. Reptiles with wings flew in the air. Everywhere on land were dinosaurs, dinosaurs, dinosaurs. Out at sea, there were strange creatures too. Some looked like dragons, some looked like fish. This big fish could swim very fast. It had sharp teeth and a big fin on its back. What kind of fish was this? A shark. There are no more dinosaurs left on Earth, but there are still plenty of sharks. Today, there are more than 300 kinds of sharks. Now, you'll notice I highlighted the word 3 there, and that's because I notice at the end is a vowel team, E-E, that helps me read the word 3. There's where that vowel team chart comes into play to help you be a stronger reader. I also noticed that the sentence says, today there are more than 300 kinds of sharks. Not all sharks are big. Many, many kinds are less than 3 feet long. The dwarf shark is no bigger than your hand. The small carpet shark lies on the ocean floor like a rug. The leopard shark has spots. It grows to be about 4 feet long. got me thinking. I thought I knew that all sharks are big, and this page is telling me all about how not all sharks are big and how they can be all different sizes, including no bigger than your hand. Hold your hand up. Can you imagine a shark being that small? So we're going to go back and review the things that we added to our KWL chart. Under the K, I thought I knew sharks are big, but I just learned that not all sharks are big. So I have to change my thinking about that as a reader. Now under the W, I also had the question, I wonder how many kinds of sharks there are. Well, Joanna Cole, the author, answered that question for me. She said there are over 300 kinds of sharks. Let's keep reading and see what else we're going to learn. The biggest shark is the whale shark. It is longer than a bus. The whale shark has 3,000 teeth, but it will never bite you. It eats only tiny shrimp and fish. The whale shark is very gentle. A diver can even hitch a ride on its back. Now, I was talking earlier about how sharks eat people, and I wondered, this shark doesn't. These are blue sharks. They are far out at sea, hunting for food. Suddenly, they pick up the smell of blood. The sharks speed up. They shoot through the water like torpedoes. In a few minutes, they find a dead whale. The blue sharks tear off big chunks of whale meat. Now the water is full of biting sharks. If one shark gets hurt, the others turn on it. They will eat that shark too. In a short time, the whale is all gone. The sharks swim away. Nothing is left. Nothing but bones. I'm looking at the last word on the page, bones, and I'm noticing as a detective that the word bones has an E, and that's the silent E that's making the O say O in bones. Don't forget about the silent E as you're reading. The most dangerous shark in the sea is the great white shark. It is named after its white belly. The teeth of the great white shark are big and sharp, very, very sharp. It can eat a whole seal in one bite. The great white shark is the size of a speedboat. So great white sharks are a type of shark that is big. This great white shark has just had babies. Most fish lay eggs, but most sharks do not. Their babies are born alive. A baby shark is called a pup. The pup of the great white shark is almost the size of a man. As soon as they are born, the pups go their own way. It is not safe to stay near a hungry mother. The baby sharks swim off to catch their food. One eats a fish. Another gets a crab. The pups had better watch out for puffer fish. The puffer fish can blow up like a balloon. If a shark eats it, its spines get stuck in the shark's throat. The shark will die. Now, I was wondering if there were any other animals that hunt sharks, and this is talking about a puffer fish. And the puffer fish can use its spines to get stuck in the shark's throat, but the pufferfish isn't hunting the shark, it's just defending itself against the shark. Not many animals can kill great white sharks. The stingray flaps through the sea like a giant bat. Its tail has a poison stinger. The poison can kill most animals, but a great white shark can eat a stingray, stinger and all. Now on that page, you'll notice I highlighted several vowel teams that helped me read those words. Like in the word see, the EA together say E, and the AI in tail say A, and the OI in poison say OI, like in coin from our vowel teams chart. And again, the EA in eat says E. The swordfish is a very strong fish. It can cut and stab with its long nose, but even a swordfish almost always loses a fight with a great white shark. So I'm learning about how other animals can defend themselves against shark, but it hasn't really talked about if there are any animals that actually hunt or go after sharks yet. So it says, I wonder if any animals hunt sharks. Doesn't really seem to, that I know of so far, but let's keep that in mind as we keep reading. Another big shark is the hammerhead shark. It is easy to see how it got its name. Now look at the word easy. There's two things I wanted to point out that helped me read that word. There's the vowel team EA at the beginning that says E, but then there's a Y at the end that you'll remember from our other vowel chart that if Y comes at the end of a word, it can say E or it can say I. And in this case, it says E. And also in the word name, there's that silent E that made the A say A. Like other big sharks, the hammerhead never sleeps and never stops swimming. Hey, I had a wondering about where sharks sleep. And this says, like other big sharks, the hammerhead never sleeps and never stops swimming. So my wondering of I wonder where sharks sleep is, the big sharks, they don't sleep. That's new learning for me. This hammerhead swims to a group of dolphins. It tries to catch one of the young dolphins, but the sharks do not always get their way. The dolphins fight back. One dolphin dives under the water. It comes up and hits the hammerhead. The shark flies up in the air. It falls back on the water. Smack! The dolphins keep hitting the shark. After a while, the shark stops moving. It sinks down into the water. It is dead. Dolphins are smart animals. They can work together to kill an enemy, but sharks are not as smart. They have tiny brains. So we learned that I wonder if any animals hunt sharks was our wondering. And we're hearing the same kind of information over and over that other animals will defend themselves against a shark, but they don't actually hunt the shark like as prey or predator to eat the shark. A shark's brain is small, but its teeth are big. It has many rows of teeth. When a tooth breaks off, a new tooth moves up to take its place. A shark uses up thousands of teeth every year. What do sharks eat with all these teeth? Fish and more fish. Other sharks, seals, turtles, crabs, almost anything that swims in the sea. On page 36, the second sentence says, but its teeth are big. Now I'm going to check in with some thinking that I had where it says, my first one was, I think I know sharks have a lot of teeth. And we just learned that they have rows and rows of big teeth. So I'm going to take off the I think because now I've done some research and read a book, and Joanna Cole has taught me that they do, in fact, have a lot of teeth. Sometimes sharks eat things that are not food. No one knows why, but these things have been found inside big sharks. A wallet, a fur coat, a drum, a bottle of wine, a chest of jewels, a barrel of nails, and a suit of armor. Do sharks eat people? Yes, they do. If a person is near a big shark, the shark may attack. But the number of people killed by sharks is very small. More people die from bee stings than from shark bites. There are many things we do not know about sharks, but we do know that sharks are in danger. That is because people hunt them for food. And often sharks die just by getting tangled in fish nets. So, there are animals that hunt sharks. It's people. And the sharks often die just by getting tangled in the fish nets. So the number of sharks is getting smaller, and people are trying to save them. Sharks are amazing animals, and oceans would not be the same without sharks. So Joanna Cole taught us an important lesson about how we as people can impact the environment and the other animals on the planet around us. So second graders, what I want you to do today is continue to build your independent reading stamina. Using your Kwl chart, I want you to find an informational text that you have access to. Think about what do you think you already know about the topic and write it under the K. Think about what do you wonder about the topic. And then tomorrow we'll review and you can add what you learned about the topic. So now second graders, it's going to be your break time. You're going to go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, and when you come back in just 5 minutes, Mrs. Wally will be here to teach math. Thanks again, Tacoma, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Hi, second graders. Mrs. Wally here. You don't know me, but I have been teaching first grade so far this year on TV teaching. And just like Ms. Oslin, I come from a school and I was a K-3 co-teacher before this. I've taught in Tacoma for 6 years and I taught in Burien for another 6 years. So this is my 13th year of teaching and I am so excited to be here with you today. Before we begin our math lesson, I need you to do a few things. I need you to gather your supplies. You're going to need some counters, something to count with, objects, about 20 of them. So I'm going to be using beans today. You could use noodles, you could use little erasers, you could use pebbles, whatever you can find. You need your learning buddy. I have Pebble here. This is my learning buddy, Pebble. And you will also need a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker or a piece of paper and a pencil. All right, so I'm going to give you just a few moments to go gather those things. And when you come back, you're going to meet me at the screen and we're going to do some thinking around some math problems. All right? All right, ready? Go get your materials. I'll meet you at the screen. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to show you a math problem. And I want you to figure out what's the answer and how do you know. You ready? Here we go. What's the answer? How do you know? I'm going to get the color. Yes, it's 10. How did you know it was 10? Because 9 and 1 more is 10. Let's show you another problem. Now, I don't want you to answer it yet. What is similar about these two problems? And how can you use what you know to solve this problem? Private think time. What is similar? Pebble. Pebble said, Mrs. Wally, 9 plus 1 and 9 plus 1. I know that 9 and 1 is 10. Yes, and 10 and 5 is 15. Excellent. Okay. Let's see how the next problem relates. How can you use this problem to help you solve this problem? Private think time. How does this problem help you solve this problem? Turn into your learning buddy. How does that help you? Oh, I wonder if they'll see that too. Yes, 1 plus 5 is the same as 6. So if 9 plus 1 plus 5 is 15, then 9 plus 6 is going to be 15. Excellent. Last problem. What can you use from these problems to help you solve this one without having to count on your fingers? How can you use mental math to solve that one? Oh, the 9s are the same. Yep. What about the other add-ins? 7 is 1 more than 6. So if the 9s are the same and 7 is 1 more than 6, then what's our sum going to be? You think it's 16? Why do you think it's 16? Pebble said 16 is 1 more than 5. If 7 is 1 more than 6, then our sum has to be 1 more than the sum up top. And 16 is 1 more than 15. Excellent thinking, second graders. Our brains are primed. Let's do some math. Now, Mr. Kevin, I am going to be using the document camera for this. So do I need to go wake that computer up? Okay, I'm going to go. Hang on, friends. You can read the learning target while I go and wake up the computer so we can use the document camera. Here we go. And I just see the Tacoma Public Schools, Mr. Kevin. Is there something I need to click?
Yes.
What What do I need to click?
You need to click.
Thank you, friends.
The camera application.
The camera application. What's it called?
It's called camera. So
Oh, I'm going to search camera.
there you go.
Yep. Okay. Oh, look at that. Is that good? Yes, we did it, friends. Okay. Technical difficulties, they happen, even when you're prepared. So, today you're going to learn strategies for solving subtraction equations. We're going to use pictures, we're going to use counters, we're going to use number bonds, and we're going to use counting on. Okay? So, oh man, I always get these problems and I'm like, oh, the fact family, it's so confusing. So we're going to go over to our tools and we're going to see if our tools, our counters, can help us figure out how to write the equations that match for this fact family of 4, 5, and 9. So Kevin's going to put a little box and you're going to be able to see my counters and my number bond here in just a minute. Ta-da! There it is. So see, you can see my hand. Hello. Okay. So our numbers were 4, 5, and 9. So first of all, we need to figure out which of those numbers is our whole, or which is the sum, the total amount. 9. Okay. So we've got 9, and I'm going to make 9, and you can build along with me. Go ahead and make this number bond, and we're going to make 9. There we go. I have 9 beans, okay? And I have 5 on the top and 4 on the bottom. I like to start with addition. I know that 9 is my whole. And what are the 2 ways that I can make that whole? What are the 2 addends in this fact family that make 9? Yes, 5 plus 4. And what's the switch partner? Switch them up. Switcheroo, 4 plus 5. Now we need to do some subtraction. So we're going to start with our whole again, but it's not going to be equals. Now we're going to subtract. 9 minus, if I take 5 away, how many do I have left? Go ahead, take the 5 away. How many do I have left? 4. If I have the 9 and I've taken away this part, how many do I have left? 4. What happens if I have 9 and I take away the 4 instead of the 5? How many do I have left? 5. Excellent. Using number bonds and tools to help us find the 4 equations for the fact family. 9 minus 5 equals 4. 9 minus 4 equals 5. 9 equals 5 plus 4. 9 equals 4 plus 5. Some of you might be saying, but Mrs. Wally, what about 5 plus 4 equals 9? Friends, it doesn't matter which side the equal sign is on. It's still the same equation because we read from left to right. 9 equals 5 plus 4, or 5 plus 4 equals 9. Our addends, or our parts, are still in the same order. Okay? So those are the same equations. We just put the sum on the different sides of the addends. Okay, so I'm going to erase this. And let's head back on over to our screen and see what the next problem is. Here we go. Oh, these are my favorite. Now, when I was your age, I did not like story problems because they were confusing, but no one taught me how to do them. And we've been working on that. I know you've been working on 3 reads. So we're going to read through, and the first time, all I want you to think about is, what is this story about? What's happening in this real life situation? Are you ready? Greg has $18. He spends $9 on a game. How much money does Greg have left? Show your work. It's private think time. What is happening in this story? There's someone named Greg, and he's going shopping, right? And he spends some of his money on a game. Okay? Have you ever been shopping? Have you ever spent money on a game? You had some money and you spent some of it? Okay. What is the important information that we need to know in order to be able to solve this problem? I'm going to read it again. What are the important pieces? Greg has $18. He spends $9 on a game. How much money does Greg have left? What pieces are important? That he has $18. His start is $18, okay? What else is important? Tell me, what else is important? He spends $9. Is that an important word? Yeah, it's telling us his action, what he's doing with his money. Okay, what else? Ooh, have left. It's important too, right? Okay, so now we're going to read it a third time, and this time you're going to read it, and your job is to figure out what is the question they're asking me to solve. What am I trying to figure out? Okay, are you ready? Greg has $18. He spends $9 on a video game. How much money does Greg have left? Show your work. What are we trying to figure out? Come on, second graders, tell me. Tell me, what are we trying to figure out? Yep, how much money does Greg have left? So now we've got to figure out how to solve this. What do we do? Well, I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to see if I can make I'm going to see if I can make my drawing a little bit thicker so that we can see it better on the screen. We're going to go through all the technical difficulties. Second graders, you're hanging in there with me. Thank you so much. Here's your reading lesson. We're just going to go, go, go. Reading lesson. Do. Here we go. It's like a really quick review. Look, all of our math that we did. Yep. Aha. Here we go. All right. We need to draw a picture. What might we draw? Well, what if I did this right here? I don't know if it worked. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to draw a picture. And this is Greg's money. Greg's money. Now, names matter, and names are proper nouns, so that needs to be a capital G. Even in math, it matters. Greg's money. What do we know about Greg's money? What do we know? How much money does he start with? What's his total amount that he starts with? This whole bar is how much? Yes, $18. He starts with $18, right? And now we're going to have two parts to Greg's money. Ooh. Two parts to Greg's money. We're going to have the part that he spends, right here, the part that he spends, and the part that he has left. Which number do I know? Do I know how much he has left? Nope. That's what we're trying to figure out, right? That's where the question mark is. So we're going to put a question mark there. Do we know how much he spends? We do. It says right here, it says he spends $9. $9. Take a look at that picture for a minute. Think back to the number bond I had at the first problem we did. What do you notice about my picture? Oh. Does that help? What if I did this? Oh. So we know that Greg's starting with $18. $18. We know that Greg spends $9. If you spend the money, do you take that money away Or do you get that money back? Take it away. And how much did he spend? 9. Second graders, if I have a total or a whole in one part, how do I find the other part? We don't put them together. We subtract. Well, if I take 9 away from 18, what is it? If you don't know this one quickly, build it and figure out what it is. I'm going to give you a hint. It's a double. It's a double. So, if it's a double, what addend goes with 9 to make 18? Addends are the same when they're doubles, right? Yeah, so 18 minus 9 is 9. But we're not done. How much money does Greg have left? I've just done some math. I have some numbers here, but I haven't answered the question yet. How much money does Greg have left? What would you write? Private think time. What would I write? Turn and tell your learning buddy. What would you write? Pebble, what would you write? Oh, you would write a whole sentence? You could. You could write a sentence, or you could just write the answer with a label. You could write $9 left. Or you could write, Greg has $9 left. Did we answer the problem? Did we use a picture? Did we use a number bond that was hidden in our picture? And did we use an equation? Does it make sense? 9 and 9 makes 18. If he was to get that $9 back, he would have $18. Excellent. Let's go to the next one. Ooh, this one's counting on. Now it says find 12 minus 8 by counting on, show your work. So let's use a number bond. Get your pen out. Draw a number bond on your whiteboard. Draw it. I want to see it. What do we know about subtraction equations? The first number in a subtraction equation is always the whole, or the starting number. It's the number at the top. It's the whole. So we do 12. The next number is going to be one of our parts. It's going to be 8. So if I know 8, if I count on to 12, I'm going to know my other part. So practice with me. Say 8 and then use your fingers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now I'm going to do what I call dots. We say 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many dots did I draw? 4. Second graders. 12 minus 8. Is it 4? Well, let's check. 8 and 4 together. Does it make 12? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did it make 12? It did. Fantastic work. So now you need to do your exit ticket. Take a look at our number bond. Look at the fact family. Which fact family matches the number bond? Is it 12 equals 7 plus 5? Is it 19 equals 12 plus 7? Is it 7 equals 12 minus 5? Would that make sense? 7 equals 12 minus 5? Maybe. 12 equals 5 plus 7. Does that work? Or 5 equals 12 minus 7. Which of these is the correct answer? It can be more than one. It says Lily chose B. We're going to do this another day because we're running out of time. So next time when we start, I'm going to start with the answer to this exit ticket. All right? So your assignment today is to do workbook page 47 and 48. And we'll come back to that exit ticket to start our lesson tomorrow. Does that sound okay? So I want you to do the workbook page 47 and 48, and then be ready to go tomorrow to finish that exit ticket together. All right, it's time for our affirmation. I'm going to meet you up at the front camera. Okay? All right. Our affirmation today is I matter, because you do. You matter to the people around you. You matter to your TV teachers. We care a lot about you. So I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to say, I matter. Your turn. Wonderful job, second graders. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.